As much as they would like their enemies to believe otherwise, the Delac do not have a monopoly on the Necromundan secrets trade. Within Hive Primus, mysterious agents such as Nemo the Faceless move in the shadows dealing in rumours, while Hive Temenos boasts the conclave of truth, fallen priests whose sacrament is the lies they spread. Servos, the Infotech, has made himself one of this esteemed company. An exile from House Van Saar, Servos sought to merge his mind with the sacred STC, creating a synaptic inload interface to extract his consciousness. Unfortunately for Servos, the STC rejected his attempts, leaving him shattered in both body and mind. His former brothers and sisters within the House of Artifice dumped his remains in the depths of the Underhive, striking his true name from their records for his breaking of the 3 laws. While Servos's experiments might have failed to merge his mind with the STC, it did have unexpected results. While he lay in refuse, his body dying and his thoughts unravelling, he discovered he could see the electronic soul of the Hive all around him. Not only could he see it, but he could also interact with its systems. Reaching out and taking control of a clade of maintenance servitors, he had the base creatures carry him to safety and bring nourishment for his failing body. Over cycles, he took control of more Hive systems, using plundered tech to build himself a suspensor chair to carry his body and protect him from harm. It was not long before Servos discovered that, in addition to manipulating nearby Hive systems, he could also steal data secrets as they were transmitted along the electro-highways of the towering city. Washing away any trace of his past, Servos set himself up as a whisper merchant, growing rich from his trade in information. When the Great Darkness tore apart the social fabric of Necromunda, Servos was one of the first to see it coming and took refuge in his Underhive hideout, remotely manipulating events from the shadows. Later, when he heard the first whispers of the Prophet and the great pilgrimage that would follow, he saw an opportunity to fulfill his ambition to merge with the Van Saar STC and take his revenge on the clan that had left him to die. G'day and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and in this series I'll be exploring all of the hangers-on in the game of Necromunda. Before I get into it though, please do like, share, subscribe and check out the Patreon as well to support me doing more of this type of content. Sibilant Servos, the special character aka Dramatis Personae Whisper Merchant for the game of Necromunda. This one is fairly recent. His rules are available in the 3rd Aranthian Succession book, I believe, and for 80 credits this guy is pretty interesting. Now, of course, there isn't a model from Forge World yet of this guy, but judging by the lore there and the little story that I gave you there, it's pretty cool conversion material, I have to say. Really, really interesting one. I'd love to make up a model of this at some point if I can find the time. But let's look at the stats and stuff now. For 80 credits, this guy has a movement of 5, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength 2, because he's an absolute weakling. And he is toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 4, attacks 1. So his stats are pretty bad all the way through. Mental stats are also really bad with a leadership of 9+, cool of 7+, average, willpower 8+, not very good, but an intelligence for 5+. So great intelligence there. He comes with a stub gun as well, which is a little bit weird. I wouldn't have expected him to come with any weapons, to be honest, being such a weakling. Stub gun, just standard stub gun. He also comes with cold and calculating and lie low as his sort of baked in skills. Vox hack. Sibilant Servos can perform the gather intelligence double action. So this guy in your battles can perform this as a double action, and it is as follows. So make an intelligence test for Sibilant Servos. Again, 5+, fantastic. If the test is passed, your opponent must reveal all gang tactics they have generated. If the test is failed, your opponent must reveal a random gang tactic they have generated. So it's a win-win. If you pass that, which you're most likely doing, they have to show you all of their gang tactics. And I have to say, gang tactics can really swing, win or lose a game. That is huge. Of course, it's a double, but you're going to just do it first turn of the game every single time. Why wouldn't you? If the test is failed, though, your opponent must reveal a random one. So they're still showing you one. Most of the time, you've got 2, so that's already fantastic. That's gather intelligence. He's also a whisper merchant, so Sibilant Servos is a whisper merchant. If hired, he counts as the one whisper merchant a gang may include, so you can't have any more additional whisper merchants. He's also got useful lies. So during both the pre-battle or post-battle sequence, a gang with a Whisper Merchant may count the result of a single d6 roll of a 6 when taking the following actions. Determine scenario, choose crews when random crew size applies, receive rewards, including rewards from territories, and seek rare or illegal equipment. This ability can be used only once in each sequence, and each time it's used, make a note on the gang roster. Once this ability has been used 6 times, the Whisper Merchant calls in their debt, and the gang must pay the hiring fee again or remove the Whisper Merchant from their gang roster. Really, really cool, fun and fluffy, and excellent in a campaign. You get to do that 6 times. Really, really useful. Brilliant character. I'm a this is just Whisper Merchants in general, not just Sibilant Servos, but that's a really, really interesting and useful thing. Useful lies. He's also part of the crew as well, so he starts the game in your crew. Sure, he's incredibly vulnerable and stuff, but just hide him somewhere and do that double early on in the game. That double action, gather intelligence, and that's worth his weight in gold in every single game. Should he stay alive? Excellent. In terms of cold and calculating, yes, sorry. So here we've got cold and calculating. Once per round, we're making a cool or willpower test. This fighter may make the test against their intelligence characteristic instead, once per round. So that's pretty good. You just get to use your intelligence instead of your cool or willpower. And that's one of the Vansar sort of tech skills there as well. Great character. What's not to like about that? I can see myself using him in gangs, certainly in Delac gangs or in Vansar gangs. Anything just to throw a spanner in the works. But I really, really love that special ability. I think that's super, super useful and unique. Anyway, that's Sibilant Servos, and that's the last of the Dramatis Personae. As we get into the generic hired guns next, I'll be back with another video real soon. Peace out.